Hi there, it's Miss Colliver. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the first day back to school since we've been out past March for COVID-19. It's August and we're back in school. I want to tell you a little bit about what I learned about going back the first day. Of course, I was excited because as a counselor and a licensed educator, I truly miss the kids when I'm not with them. And today I got to see them, and it was wonderful. Let's talk about some things that we learned today and about some positive outcomes that came from it. Parents dropped their students off at the building so that we could minimize how many people were in our building. We want to make sure everyone is, COVID free, and so minimizing the number of adults and people who come in our building who aren't always there, we wanted to make sure was part of our plan. So that's what we did. Parents dropped kids off at the door, even new students, even, first graders. Some of them knew where their classes were, some of them didn't. So there was a whole team of us there at the back door and at the other doors waiting to escort them to their classrooms. If they didn't know whose class they were in because they had forgotten, we had a system up. We could look it up very quickly and we could escort them and walk them to their classroom and find out a little bit about them and get to know them. So that's one positive thing. We connected earlier and they learned that we were there to help, that we were there to listen and to make sure they got where they were going, that they were safe. So it was an earlier and faster connection, which is wonderful. Another thing that we learned today is that everyone wore their mask. We have hundreds of kids in our building and everyone wore their mask. I learned a lot about different kids' personalities by looking at their masks. I saw tie-dye, I saw different sports groups, I saw minions, I saw bright colors, dark colors, I saw them made out of different kinds of fabric, and I learned a lot about kids' personalities and what they like by what their mask looks like. I had mine, red gingham with daisies. Most people wouldn't look at me and think, she loves country kinds of things and old-fashioned kinds of things and simple daisies. But I do. And that's why I picked it. I'll have other masks to show off later on in the year. So wearing masks today, as I spoke with students, we decided it was a costume. It was like wearing a part of yourself that nobody else would have seen before. So that was pretty neat. We also learned that the right way to put on a mask is to hold it by the ear straps, put it up over the ears, and adjust it. We learned that it's important to speak just a little bit louder, slower, and also make sure that all the letter sounds in your words are things that you are being mindful of so that others can understand us. We also decided that probably when all of this is over and we're not wearing masks anymore, when it's safe and it's healthy to do so, that we will be better communicators, we'll be clearer communicators, we will be better projectors of our voice, and we will have learned how important it is to always enunciate our words, making sure that people hear the different sounds in our words. We also learned there's a definite tip. If you have a lanyard with a clippy on the end, fits right over the head, super simple, that you can clip the edge of your mask and it's always there. You don't have to worry about losing it, setting it down and walking away from it. It's always with you. If you need it, you can pop it on really fast. And when you don't need it, but you don't want to put it down or lose it, you just take it off by one of the ear straps and it's there. You know what? We got to see how very busy our safety team is, our custodial team is. They're always very, very busy behind the scenes, but sometimes we don't see how very hard and how meticulous and how careful and how loving they are toward our students until you see how many times they've wiped the doorknobs down today. Not just once, not just twice, not just 3 times, not just 4 times, but many, many more times than that. They wiped the walls down where a child might even possibly lean. They did it as a routine, not just once, not just twice, but multiple times. Any area that a child had their hands or were leaning on that was not their personal space was wiped down. Any areas where anybody could possibly touch was wiped down. Everything was cared for by a staff who loves children and who wants to make sure they're absolutely safe. Even teachers, counselors have our own cleaning kit, and we took care of doorknobs on top of what the custodial staff was doing, as well as our own areas, tables, chairs, anything. We made sure it was good. It's teaching responsibility. It's teaching a thorough and careful job. So there's some good things that are coming out of this, you know? So I want to leave you with this idea. If you haven't started school back, it is wonderful to see each other again. Whether we have a mask on or we don't, it's still fabulous to see each other. And there is no challenge that we can't find a creative fix together, all doing it. I think schools are going to be more peaceful because we're learning the importance of let's find some personal space for everybody. Let's spread out. Let's rotate. Let's try some things that are different. I think we're going to find, and we certainly did today, that that's going to be a very peaceful, mindful environment for our kids and for our staff. So today was fabulous. I cannot wait to see you back tomorrow. I have missed you. It's a good thing. Until next time, remember to always show respect, which means using your manners and showing courtesy. Always. It's an important thing. Until next time.